SABC3's Hayden, Quinn, South Africa shows the culinary road trip of a lifetime. The star of the show cooked up something extra, especially for us, with a little help from Woolworths' Justin Smith, Head of Sustainability.
Justin, I've stolen you away from the office. You happy to be here?
Absolutely.
I hope the rest of the team is looking after the sustainability of Woolworths while you're gone.
I hope so too. We'll take him some lunch when we're done.
You think that'll keep
fair.
him happy?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Well, what I've got, it is your lunch break. So what we're going to make is a beautiful Aussie pie. And it's a lamb pie. No kangaroo. It's a bit too dry, kangaroo, and we don't have any here in South Africa.
Lamb, okay.
But it's a lamb pie. It's one of my favourites. We love a pie. South Africans love a pie. And while we're doing it, we can talk a little bit about, what's to come on the Hayden Quinn South Africa show.
Oh yeah, we saw the first episode a couple of days ago, which was fantastic. Seeing so much more about Cape Town, even though I live here, I learned some new things. And I think you're off to Stellenbosch on the next one.
We're off to Stellenbosch tonight. First things first, could you pass that beautiful lamb for me?
Fresh from the Karoo.
We went and visited the Karoo.
You went to Priska. Can you say that again?
Priska. We met some interesting characters. You'll have to wait and see that one. But yeah, good fun. We really want to get some nice caramelization on the meat. A hot pan, gonna add a little bit of olive oil in there. That's what you want to hear. Good sizzle, yeah. Room temperature meat, a good sizzle. That way you're gonna get some good color on the lamb.
Okay, so Hayden, this is all free-range lamb, which is really the majority of lamb that we sell in South Africa, which is great in terms of obviously the animals being out in the fields and for most of their lives. But it also creates some complexities because we've got a lot of other biodiversity in South Africa. So some of the work we're doing now with our farmers is also to manage the kind of natural conflict between predators and livestock, to try and make sure that we don't lose a lot of wildlife because farmers are losing stock to wildlife.
Yeah, right. So it's looking at the ways that the farmers manage their stock, rather than just, there's a predator, I've got to get rid of it.
Absolutely.
How can we live together? We're basically going to leave it to stew for about 2 hours so the meat gets nice and tender and sort of breaks down. You don't want to bite into your pie and go
bland. No, absolutely not.
Chewing for the next week.
Remove the lamb cuts from the pan, add in finely chopped onions, diced celery and carrots. Then toss in some crushed garlic, black and white peppercorns, as well as a sprig of thyme. Sprinkle with salt and then return the lamb to the pan. Add in tomato puree for a rich colour and simmer.
And Justin, actually, we learned in episode 4 at Front Hook more about BWI and what it means and how it works in with conservation and nature.
The Biodiversity in Wine Initiative is one of our key partners, WWF's big programs here in the Cape ecosystems.
We're just going to cook off that alcohol. See
it smells brilliant.
Yeah, more flavour. This is all about jamming as much flavour as you can into one little pie. Could you just pass me that flour? I'm just going to add a pinch so it thickens up the sauce.
There we go.
See how quickly that thickens it up, and then when we add the stock, it's going to just turn it into a beautiful velvety sauce because we're going to cook it for quite a bit of time and all the sort of sinews and the fats are going to come out of the lamb. And beautiful. So what people probably do know about me is I'm not much of a pastry guy, but tonight they're going to find out exactly why I'm terrible at it. I go and visit Fritz at Oudebank Bakkerij.
You did that really well.
Did that all right? Yeah. And we do a little bit of baking. It's a lot of good fun, but this is obviously a pie. It has pastry in it, but this is how guys like me and you bake, straight out of the packet. So could you pass me that packet there? I'll get that sorted. And what we need to do is actually just flour this surface.
Lay out the puff pastry and use a pastry cutter to cut out neat circles. Flatten it some more with a rolling pin, then scoop in a generous helping of the meaty filling. Brush egg yolk around the sides and attach a second pastry circle as a lid, pressing it down firmly with a fork to seal the edges.
So a little bit of egg wash, Justin.
Just for the colour?
Yeah, you want to get that beautiful golden colour. When you walk into the pad style, you want to see that crispy, golden, flaky pastry. None of that insipid, soggy-looking stuff. And just to finish it off, just a bit of aroma into the oven, a couple of sprigs of rosemary, and they're good to go.
Perfect.
Bake in an oven preheated to 220 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes or until golden brown. The Aussie pies are best served hot. True to his word, Justin invited his team to lunch.
Please, grab one. You should be able to just take it with your hands. Like a pad style pie, a hand pie.
Cheers.
And I'm going to cater for myself and tuck straight into this.
Let's see the main steps again. Heat olive oil and braise the lamb. Remove the meat and toss in chopped onions, celery, carrots and stir. Put the lamb back into the pan and add tomato puree and red wine. Sprinkle in flour for thickness and for flavor, pour in stock. Then simmer. Place pastry over a floured surface and cut out circles. Roll out gently, scoop in the filling and seal with the end of a fork. Then bake for 20 minutes.
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot more good cooking on Hayden Quinn South Africa, a lot of awesome produce, a lot of amazing projects which you guys know a lot about, and I can't wait for the rest of the team to see it. The episode's on tonight, 9:30 p.m, SABC3, so make sure you tune in. Woo!